Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, May 16th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, it is my responsibility to ground. Well, so today's astro, it's okay, we got a few things, but you're probably feeling in the background a building to a Uranus CAZIMI. We have a building to the Sun-Uranus conjunction. This is going to be happening on Saturday. This happens once a year. And it's funny because I knew it was coming, but I didn't realize it was that close. And today, I think I told Joe to ground probably 10 times or more, and I know it wasn't just him that I was telling, and I made a conscientious effort myself a few times to ground, and then I was looking at the astro and I was like, oh. So some of the weird technology stuff going on that kind of feels a little Mercury retrograde-y could be this, could be in part the solar flares. I think that this could also be influencing the solar flares. I often feel like there's Uranus influence when it comes to the solar flares. If you've been feeling weird beyond the crazy full moon that we had, this can definitely be pushing that. Uranus is where we evolve. And I feel like Uranus pushes evolution outside of ourselves, like, you know, in things around our life and in our environment. But I also feel like Uranus does cause, like, inner shifts, inner evolution to happen. And, you know, we'd probably need a microscope and all kinds of things to actually figure out what that was. But I feel it. So maybe you do too. Or maybe you don't, and that's okay. But we're feeling these energies building today. And I'm just telling you, for today and for tomorrow and for Sunday, please take your time to ground multiple times. And to do that, my favorite way to do that, besides getting outside and having feet on the earth, feet on the dirt, which is a great way to ground, but beyond that as well, just connecting into your root chakra, feeling your root chakra as steady and strong, a beautiful foundation for you, and then literally seeing a cord of light that can be as thick as you want it to be, as thick as you need it to be, connecting in to the center of the earth and feeling that foundation. And that can and will help you, but you might have to do it multiple times because this energy can be very ungrounding. Uranus energy can be very frenetic and triggering, and it can make our nervous system feel hyper wired. You may feel wired and tired in this energy. And so this is how one way you can physically work your way through that. Being very conscientious of your nervous system through this weekend will help, and take it slow and easy because Uranus loves to bring sudden things out of the blue. Now I also have to add, this is a little bonkers, we also have the moon moving into Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, over the weekend, and that's just gonna like increase the flurry of the frenetic energies. So grounding, right? Feeling that. For Friday, what do we have going on? We have, like I said, the moon in Capricorn until it shifts into Aquarius. Moon in Capricorn making some connections. It's connecting to Mercury and connecting to Venus. So we have a trine with Mercury. Like, is that correct? We have a trine with Mercury. Yes, moon trine Mercury. I'm like, why is this feeling so weird? This is Uranus. So weird. My synapses are like trying to like figure out what this is. Yes, the moon in Capricorn is trining with Mercury in Taurus. Earth energy, which will hopefully be grounding and steadying for us. Hopefully give us some pragmatic energies to align with. I just saw a little dog run past and I was like, does he have somebody with him? Somebody's there. Okay. So pragmatic energies to ground in with. Clearly I need more grounding too. This is all showing me that. Moon square Venus in Aries. I always think it's an interesting energy when we have the moon or Capricorn and Aries squaring, because it's like a child and a grandparent connecting, and they both have so much to teach each other, but they both can be like kind of resistant to each other, like, okay, old man, or okay, young whippersnapper kind of energy. And so we have to see where we have that connection, have something to learn, but also where we need to leave the past behind or try something new, right? In and through these energies. Now, what it makes this interesting, it's 11 degrees, that master level. So there's some mastery in this. There's some mastery in the independence, and there's some mastery in, I would say, the tradition of things. And finding that meeting point in the middle. But let me just say that any and all of this astro could be triggered by this Sun-Uranus conjunction that's not happening till a little bit later in the day on Saturday. We also are going to have Mercury and Mars in a square, and that kind of feels like we're bringing some ego energy up into all of it. So take a lot of deep breaths, ground early and often, and take it low and slow. Let's see what cards we have. It's funny because I've had cards fly out this week, and I feel like the cards are also being like, ground, ground. So this went flying out when I was shuffling. So success, Eye of the Tiger. There's something that you may need to apply your focus to this weekend as we move through these energies. We've got the Master card as well. So we have that Master 11 energy working us. Where are you being called up to your level of mastery? Where are you being called for some maturity in regards to something that's coming up and showing up for you? We've also got, I feel like this goes with this, the Control card. Control your mind. Where is your focus? Again, this feels kind of connected to the mastery. This also feels kind of connected to the Uranus energy. This could be very triggering, like I said, but where was I going with that? It was here and then it's poof, left. Let me pull it back in. It's like pulling a balloon with a long string back in. Look at these cards. Oh, okay, I got it. Root chakra. I feel like a lot of energies and things in the world right now are very fearful and fear-filled, which can be very unsteadying for our root chakra. And this is a reminder that we can also shift that focus, that we don't always have to believe the politics. We don't always have to believe the illusions. This also connects with Saturn at 29, that part of our responsibility is discernment in these times of what we should worry about versus what we should not. I don't think that worry is ever necessarily the way, right? But what needs our attention versus what just needs to just blow in the wind, kind of an energy. We've got some letting go too, and Uranus can be a call for that. So be aware of that. We have letting go and release showing up in and through these energies. Plant a seed and wait also showed up. Again, this feels very root chakra related. Plant that seed, connect in, and then see how you're called to move from that place. I want to finish up with Divine Source. It says, help me to know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. And again, that's beautiful, rather than letting the fear vibes take you out and take you down. So really interesting cards, really interesting energies. I cannot emphasize enough. Please take your time to ground in. Take it low and slow. And watch for where there's like instigators wanting to instigate. You do not have to engage that. So, gonna leave it there for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust the process. Namaste.